Leicester's a shithole anyway, so
It is though.
I don't mind.
No, it's got some nice places.
Where?
It's got a nice.
Name one.
Name one
It's
good
got a
place.
nice
also.
seafood place.
Called?
He said FIFA.
Oh, seafood. What's it? Place? Jimmy's Killer's Prawns.
I never heard of that
Shut
place.
the hell up, man. No, where is that in Leicester?
It's near Uni Offside.
The only good thing
Yeah, the train-
that
yeah, the
was
train
in Leicester
station.
was
You're
in.
capping, bro. Where?
Bro, I
Bro,
swear let's
near
have
the
that
train
fake.
station.
They had a fake Bagel King.
Yeah.
But that Bagel King's better than that Bagel Stop is better than
I'll
Bagel
put you on
King.
though.
How you? I live there.
Did I not put him on the marble cake thing? Did I not? Yes or no?
I don't know.
I put you on, bro. Don't try that, bro.
Shop that I was there when
No,
they
but I
opened.
put you
was
on
the
the
first customer.
flavors, bro.
Get out of
Say
here,
yes or
man.
no, G. Yeah, exactly.
Bro, I just wasn't getting like.
No, but I
desserts,
put you
bro.
on though. It's calm, bro.
The only reason you
put me
could have put me on is
something, bro.
because you was there with me.
Yeah, I know.
So
I
put
never
you
said I
on
wasn't there.
entirety.
But I put you on.
That's bad. That's bad. But I got a quick question to ask you, man. In your point of your lives, anytime, do you think that you could have contributed to being a bully?
Yes. Like,
What
there's
stage?
one specific situation where I can say I was a bully, but I didn't even know I was being a bully. So I even feel guilty till now that I made this person feel like this. But yeah, it was like, well, I'm calling that person Michelin. Oh. Yeah.
Amen.
I'm oblivious to that joke.
Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Hey, bro. You violate
that
still.
wasn't nice. So that was like name calling, and I've been on the receiving end of name calling as well. So after hearing how she felt during that period, after hearing how she felt during that period, I felt bad. But that's the only time I've ever been a bully, and I didn't even know I was being a bully. So that was me just being young, childish, and joining in on like name calling, like calling someone that.
Well, you know what it is? At the same time, I wouldn't say it's solely you because at the end of the day, it was everyone. It was a
Multiple
group, it was a
individuals.
collective.
It was like 10.
bullying
It was
kind of
like 10.
thing.
It was like 10 of us.
Yeah, but when you ask, do you mean like as in like one-on-one bullying, like this a person you're picking on essentially?
No, in the time of your life, do you ever think you've contributed to being a bully? Like, for example, maybe back in the day in school, or maybe in certain
church.
scenarios, like Speed just mentioned in church. Do you think you've ever contributed to being a bully or bullying someone?
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to bullying, yeah, it can be in all forms. It can be obviously verbally, it can be physically. So it's like, it depends on the severity of things, innit? Because some people, they don't take it as bullying. Maybe it's like banter, but banter that's gone too far. Then it becomes bullying. So it's like...
What category do you think you fall into the verbal? Or you saying you was never a bully?
No, I think I was, for sure.
Oh, so were you like a verbal or physical type of bully?
I think a bit of both.
Oh, really?
No, secondary school, yeah, man.
Can we have an
Oh,
example?
secondary school, not in church.
Nah, bro. Nah. I
As
don't
a
bully
victim
people,
of your
sir.
bullying.
I didn't bully you, bro.
Yeah, you
Did I bully you or did I?
My first time meeting
or
you.
did I press you?
shoot-
That's not bullying, bro. I didn't bully you. Because you know, if the
You
thing's that...
banged him in his chest, bro.
And took my phone.
Wait, hold on a sec. Let's not do this.
I didn't even know your name.
Yeah, but that's not bullying, it's initiation, bro. Remember, we
Initiation
spoke about
to what,
this.
bro?
Initiate to the...
Everyone else was like giving back his phone, and I didn't have it to the end of the service.
No.
Hold that,
No,
bro.
that's a stretch, though.
Hold that, bro.
That's definitely a stretch.
You hold it.
To the end of the service,
Yeah, this
it's a
for
stretch,
at least 2
bro.
hours.
Yeah, but it's the end of the service,
I don't know
bro.
end of
After the
service.
service,
It
after
was a
the
good 2
sermon.
hours. Yeah, this was.
Obviously, I have to test you to make sure
Test
like,
me what, bro?
you can get recruited to the guys. G.
Exactly. Now you're here, bro. So
Hey, here, bro.
So you bullied me.
I didn't... Oh,
I don't-
okay,
I
if
didn't think
okay,
it was bullying. It was
if
just
you took
play.
as bullying, then I apologize.
It was play. It was play. I didn't
And
think it was
that's the
bullying.
thing with bullying.
I don't want to say it's bullying because it makes me feel like I was the
Yeah,
victim.
you were a waste man as well.
Anyway.
For thinking
Anyways, bro, because I bullied
hey.
SB at sometimes as well.
never
Yeah, no,
bullied me,
I feel like everyone has
You have
bullied
never-
everyone.
I
in some
agree
sort of
to
way.
it. I agree
You
to
have
it.
never
Anyways,
bullied me in my
agree.
life. You
I
have
agree.
never
I
bullied
agree
me in
is
my
the
life.
word because we all bullied each other.
No. You have never. You can never bully me.
Anyways, I remember. You know what I'm saying?
What about you, Bandy?
Probably secondary school only.
When you're young, innit? Like,
Yeah, it's like you said, bro. It's an initiation, bro, into manhood.
The
So
thing
you have
is-
to do it to some people.
But how do you think the other person would have taken it?
If he was like me, he would have taken it well, as in, oh,
But do you
Rob,
think they
why
were
am
like
I
you?
why am I being bullied? What's the reason? What am I doing? There was a kid in my secondary school. He used to smile non-stop, and everybody hated that.
what?
Yes, bro.
That's
like,
why they say London's bad vibes.
No,
you
but-
hated him because he smiled.
Bro, why, bro? What's so funny, bro?
Oh,
Man,
no.
them are all in trouble. He's smiling in everyone's faces, bro. Everyone hated him so much.
So he's like- he's a rage baiter,
He's
basically.
antagonizing.
Yeah, bro.
No, but if
he's
he
just smiling,
was he
bro.
smiling, so but you said he always smiles.
Always smiling.
So
bro.
even when he wasn't in trouble, you were still smiling.
Smiling,
So
bro.
the fact that he's smiling when you're in trouble, you know it's not
I-
because of
go,
you
go,
guys.
go. We have a detention for everyone talking. He's the one let out. He would stand by the window smiling at us.
Oh.
He knows
That's
what, he
right.
knows
Okay,
what
no,
he's
that's-
doing,
that's
bro.
what
He
I
knows
get.
what he's
So
doing.
that's
So was he like kind of singled out? Like he wasn't really chilling with the guys like, or people like that?
I
Or was
don't
he like,
know.
just like his own?
Everyone had their own friendship groups. I don't think anyone was alone. Everyone had their own batches of people. But Yeah, bro. He was hated by all of us. We just didn't like him.
The
bro.
thing is with bullying,
Any
yeah.
chance we could, we had to beat him up.
The thing is with bullying,
What?
it also, yeah, you're a man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
with bullying, it
smiling.
always depends on how you make the other person feel. Because, like, for example, if you man call me names, I won't take it as bullying.
Because of
Like,
boys.
It's boys. But if you man call someone else names, they may take it as, oh, why are they picking on me and why are they bullying me? So for me, I feel like at certain points in, especially early secondary school, I was definitely bullied, but I didn't take it as bullied because I had thick skin. So it's like, you call me names, I'll call you names, you're a fucking prick. We'll fight. We'll go at it. Defense mechanism, I'm just fighting against whatever you're saying. So I'm not taking it as bullying. It's only when I grow older and I realize, oh no, probably during this period, I probably was bullied.
But you didn't see it as...
I didn't see it as bullying because it's like, okay, you want to get onto me.
I'll just get onto you back,
I'll
yeah.
just get onto you. Like, I'll just fight back. But definitely in year 7, year 8, the olders used to, I would say they used to bully me.
Like, take your football and kick it away.
Bare stuff, bro.
Yeah,
I
just-
remember year 7, yeah. Obviously, man's come to school, 0.5 trim all around.
Slap your head,
Bro, how can a year 10 or something come and just slap my head? I don't know you from nowhere. He slapped my head. And it happened to me, it happened to my boys. I know one of my other boys, it happened to him, he was crying. And people started laughing at him because he was crying. I was like, bro, you've just slapped up his head. And we don't even know you from anywhere.
Absolutely nothing.
But this was like, in my school, normal. So it's like, you can't take it as bullying. It's just like, you just have to toughen up. So I think that's why I've got thick skin now, because when stuff like that happens from a young age, you have to be resilient and be able to take stuff like that.
Yeah.
Routine. Did you man ever get like taxed in secondary school?
Yeah,
That's another form of bullying.
The
Still.
oldest used to
Tax.
tax.
Oh, I used to... What was I doing? I was selling donuts.
Yeah.
Then there was a guy, man.
I remember you said.
Yeah, bro, some packing guy.
Took the man.
Bro, this is like break time, bro. I'm a new guy. Like, I'm year 8, bro. I'm only doing it to my brethren. I'm not doing it to any other year groups. I'm not stepping on anyone's toes. I'm just doing it to make myself extra cash. So I'm just selling donuts now. Everyone's going in for tutor time. I'm going in now. I'm the last one, obviously, because I'm packing away my stuff. But my man just comes to me and says, bro, just give me your change. Bro. I said, bro, I still got donuts there if you want that. Like, I can give you the product. Like, then he goes, broski. I said, no. Like, I said,
jig is up.
No, I can't, because we're the same year. I said, no.
Open your buckets,
Bro, he done... I don't know how to do it. He done some move and need me my balls, bro.
Whoa.
And the way I fell down, this is the first time I've ever been hit
That's
there.
assault, bro.
The first time I've ever been hit there. I just fell, bro, and he just took it from my pockets, bro. I said, yeah, man. He won the battle. Like, I just said, yeah, I wanted to be on him, and then everyone's like, broski, I don't think you're going to go there.
That
You
one
have to pick your
Just have to
pick your battles.
let it end there. But it was only like, what, £5 in coins, because I had to do the cash.
That's a
in
lot
my-
back then.
That's
though,
deep.
man.
Yeah,
Bro,
you know what I'm
that's
saying to
deep,
say?
bro.
£5 year
back
7.
then,
Bro,
that's-
and it
that's
was
a lot of
it was my
money,
money bag. I used to have money bags. I was proper prepared, bro. Coin bags.
Can't like see me. I'd put my sock G. They won't
Yeah,
clock it.
but I didn't know. Like,
Won't
I
clock
thought I
it.
was thinking we're in the same year, bro. If I'm not going to,
Oh,
any
you ain't
old-
in the same year as you?
Yes,
Oh,
bro.
yep, that's what happened to me.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Hey, yo,
I'm
going to fight you to the
that,
death,
bro.
bro.
But
Yo.
it's mad, bro.
But when certain men like that have reputations,
Yeah,
it's
certain
hard.
GMs is yeah, bro.
So
I didn't want to take it outside.
Where's he now?
That's a good question. Where is he now?
Deported.
Oh no.
So you won in the end.
He's a dog, man.
Life,
He's
life,
a dog.
life,
you won the
life
war.
is the true. Life is the true teacher.
Exactly.
No, that's facts. That's facts.
So there's one thing that I wanted to bring up, I wanted to discuss with you guys. So online recently, I've been seeing that there's this case online where this girl has been saying that she was bullied in her university experience, and the whole of the ACS that she was a part of kind of like ganged up on her and kind of like made it her experience like really bad. So when it was a case when she wanted to go to events and she wanted to obviously like integrate herself into it, there was just a lot of commotion. Probably, I think there was issues over maybe the funds being misused or maybe embezzled by other people that were like ACS what is it?
Committee?
Presidents.
Yeah.
And obviously, so there was issues surrounding that. So I think there was just a clash of obviously ideals and obviously personalities. So that obviously spread into the university where she felt a bit isolated and she felt a bit alone. Do you think that obviously we talked about bullying obviously from secondary school? This is a case that she's experiencing in uni. Do you think that when people go to uni, they tend to make more like things very cliquey? So if they see that you're of a certain type or you have certain characteristics, they're not going to take you in and they're not going to allow you, and then obviously that entails obviously then leads to bullying.
I don't think so. I think from my university experience, I made friends from various different backgrounds. I had international student friends. I had friends that had like Nigerian students, like quite, I don't want to say fresh, but they were fresh off the boat, you get me? So,
FOB.
yeah, like I made various groups of friends. I think you kind of find your circle in university. So when you find your circle, then I agree. People might have a circle, and that is their circle. You can't really, once that circle's formed, it's kind of hard for you to get into that circle. So in that sense, I agree. But I think uni was the time where I learned to make friends outside of where I'm from. The type of friends that I'm like that where I grew up in that type of environment, gritty road type area. I made friends outside of that environment in university. So I wouldn't say so personally. What about you, Benj?
I don't know, man. Bullying, I don't know. Like I said, it makes people. You don't want to seem like you're a victim in certain senses, because at the end of the day, it's either they accept you or you don't, or they don't. So framing it as bullying when you're not accepting into something, I don't. In university, my experience was I was a bit of a popular loner. So I knew people outside of uni that I came to uni, but I wasn't really making friends with a lot of people because at the end of the day, I didn't really care or to talk to people. I saw it as being a beg, bro. I wasn't trying to talk to anyone.
I think in this particular situation, it's a case where one of the people that was the ACS president, he like commands like a lot of influence. So he's an influencer, content creator.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time in those scenarios, a lot of people will tend to give him more favor more. So even though maybe he may be in the wrong in what he's doing, people are going to obviously look the other way because of the influence he has. So that obviously breeds, because he's popular, people are going to warm to him more. So where she's obviously just started uni, she doesn't have that influence. She doesn't have that social tax. She isn't able to kind of like gain favor from other people in order to like build her case further. So I think in her instance, obviously she felt like she was suffering a lot because the issues could have been easily resolved, but people were just taking his side instead of actually hearing the whole thing, which then led to her just feeling kind of like isolated and very alone. And obviously in uni, a lot of the time when you're in uni, when you feel like that, it is very hard to kind of like step out. So I do even applaud her for even like going to the events still. But even when she went to the events, she was met with obviously like a bit of aggression, a bit of like hostility. So in that sense, like, do you agree with it in that sense, or do you like disagree? Or what do you
That
think?
she was met with hostility.
No, that should she have gone to the event still, or should she just stayed at home?
It shows her character, to be fair, to be able to stand up and be like, what you're doing is not affecting me and I can still do what I want to do with myself. So that's one positive I can say from that. And you don't let anyone else push your character or shape how you move and how you should feel. So which is strong from her. That's what I would agree with. But I disagree with how they treated her and other people's reaction towards her, because at the end of the day, she's alone. She's come to a whole new city by herself where she doesn't know anyone. Like, I'm assuming it's her first year?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Like, it's hard, bro. And especially when everyone is your age, you should know that, I'm saying you're going to a place where it's mostly blacks as well.
ACS.
Yeah, bro.
As an ACS community, you're supposed to make everyone feel welcome.
Yeah, integrate.
Yeah, so ACS is supposed to bring African and Caribbean people together. So if they're making her feel isolated,
It don't make no sense.
They're not doing their role properly.
Apparently it was one of Benzo's events, and when obviously ACS was in collaboration with it, but where obviously the ACS presidents had like altercations with the girl, he basically wasn't trying to let her to come in. So he was obviously told people to like not allow her in because they had a disagreement. People were telling her not to come in. She's saying, "Oh, why can't I come in? Like, it's a free event." So obviously there was altercations there. Apparently she was like kind of like almost barged out of the place, and so obviously that created obviously an issue where obviously she felt isolated, and obviously we've been in uni, so we knows what it's like to feel isolated and stuff like that.
I think maybe they need someone a bit older there to oversee everything. It's an ACS event, so even if they have problems with her, she should still feel free to go. I understand from his point of view, he won't want to see, he won't want to be around her. But I've been in that situation, and I don't want to be around that person. They still have the right to be in that event. Just stay over there. Don't come next to me. Don't talk to me. But at the same time, that girl, I've seen her lives recently. She's suffering mentally. Like, she's not there anymore. So whatever episode, I don't want to diagnose her, but I feel like maybe she's having an episode.
Well, she said she got a section, bro.
Okay, so okay.
Psychosis.
The way she's behaving, the way she's behaving online,
man.
was giving signs of that. I've seen friends in university when there was one particular girl that I know that she had an episode of Balloon Smart Whip, and she's acting exactly like that girl. So I was thinking maybe she's not there. So if she's not there, she needs a support system, especially from the university, ACS, or people higher. They need to support that girl, because losing your mentals is one of the worst things
Yeah.
that can happen to you, because you can easily so quickly spiral from there. So
I remember, because even in uni, I remember when there was one time me and you had an argument. one time, me and you had an argument. I think it was in first year. Obviously, I've just come to uni. Obviously, I've reintegrated myself with you guys, and we had one argument. I won't go into it too much depth, but we had an argument, and you got proper heated at me.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, you were like, oh no, like, Max, don't come here again. Like we're not boys. And obviously, like I haven't told you this before, innit? But obviously, I would like, you guys were my only like people that I was chilling with. So I didn't really have anybody else that I was kind of like around.
Yeah.
So obviously I remember the day that happened, the day after, I woke up and bro, obviously I never told you this, but I cried, you know.
Swear down.
Yeah, bro, I cried. Like I cried because it's like,
I feel bad.
no, I don't feel bad. It's not like it's like years ago.
Yeah.
But obviously I cried because it's like, I felt isolated.
Yeah.
Like I felt like I didn't really have anybody to turn to, and I felt like, okay, cool, I've just lost the people that I've had connections with. Because if one person is angry with me, that means I've lost the connections with everybody else that we were chilling with as well.
Yeah.
So it's like I felt very alone.
Yeah.
So that's why obviously like I was just over emotional and I cried. So that's why I even relate to the whole isolation thing of this girls felt, because like, I know how it feels. And it's not nice to feel like there's multiple people that you could have been in with that are now turning you because somebody else just has more favour, if you know what I mean.
No, definitely. And I think even me, even though I was like, I knew a lot of people from different places, it still gets quite lonely in university. That's the first time you're away from home. So in my house, I have three brothers. There's always noise. There's always something. So when you're home alone in university in your room, it's quite isolating. And obviously that situation that happened, that was over some foolishness anyway.
Right.
But at that age, I was quite of a hothead, and that's something I've kind of learned. Stop talking when you're angry, because I would say some horrible things
We know you.
when I'm angry, and then.
He said not to you.
Not to me,
Bro,
though.
you've been
But-
pressured before.
No, I'm just saying, like,
we won't say it on mic. You've
I'm
been
just
pressured,
saying,
bro.
like, not to me though.
You've been
I'm
pressured,
saying.
bro.
But
Everyone
I
knows.
do, other
Everyone
people I
knows.
can see why
No,
you're saying
you've
that.
been pressured, bro.
But not by me though.
You've been pressured, but I've given
As
my
you
life.
say it, yeah,
I've given my life to Christ,
amen,
so I won't.
amen.
I won't draw
We're
you
not
up.
going back.
You've been
We'll
pressured. You've been pressured.
Don't go back.
I'll press you right now. I'll press you right now.
Hey, don't kill me.
But no, it's a very isolating place. So I do feel for her, and I don't know, like, you know, in periods like this, you just have to think. Look how big this world is. I remember in secondary school, I felt isolated because, especially in year 7, yeah, I was trying to fit in with the people that were rated. The people that were rated either were cold at football or serious bangers, and I was neither. So I was like, where can I fit in?
No, you're hard, bro. You're cold. Bro.
I'm not cold. I'm not cold.
Did, man.
What the hell?
I'm joking.
I was like, where can I fit in? The ball thing wasn't working. So I was maybe even trying, I won't say I was trying to be like them, man, but it's like
Trying to
subconsciously.
find like that middle
You
ground.
just
Yeah.
became a gallus.
Nah, not at that age. Not at that age.
Secondary school. Oh.
I was in the
we had
Genesis.
goggles in that, like me.
Yeah, man,
So-
man,
Both
had
had
glasses.
Bro, I had glasses and braces, bro. The worst combo. Dark.
I weren't pulling nothing
Dark,
till
bro.
late college. Late college. That's when
When you start maturing and that.
allow it, man. I was until like 2017, 2018 when I started to get some people attention. Before that, no one looked my way.
Okay.
It's factual. I don't even need to.
Yeah,
prove-
Scam,
anyways.
man, you did it from early, innit? Scam.
Nah, bro.
yeah, you know, you one of
Man,
them
man,
guys-
you did it from early.
20
bro.
years
Scam.
old.
one of them guys.
Time,
You know them men that lost their virginity at 14. He's one of them man still.
Oh, in the field.
Them early bloomers.
In the field.
Hey, man.
I was fresh up Nige.
But yeah, it was like how maybe I was trying to feel validated or fit in with the cool crew, and I was never that. I was never a cold baller, and I was never gonna be a gangbanger ready to risk my life for nothing. So at points I felt isolated because I'm trying to fit in with these people. But then when I realized I am who I am, and I've fit in with my crew, with people that like me for who I am, I started to feel happy because I can be myself and these people like me for who I am. This London, even though London is small and everyone knows everyone, there's still, 7 million people in London, 8 million people in London. Well, how many people in your uni?
In Kent.
I don't know how much
That's
people
a
is in
Kent.
Kent. I'm up
Kent,
front.
bro.
What the hell?
Ultimately, you will find your people and you will find your community who love you and appreciate you for who you are. So you have to stay true to yourself and go to things that you enjoy. So even recently, I've been going to badminton class just because I've liked badminton from secondary school.
You like to play with shuttlecocks?
Yeah, I do. I like to play with
That's
the
the name
tennis
of the thing,
rackets and
bro.
stuff.
Wait,
But
you're not serious.
I enjoy badminton, and now I'm meeting people that also enjoy badminton. That's our mutual interest, and now friendships are being built off that. We're all close from church, and our friendship has lasted over 10 years. We're all Christians, Nigerians, we all love football. We're all close. We have our common ground, and that's why we're friends. So you will find your people, but you need to stay true to yourself. You can't be someone that you're not, because you're trying to fit into a group that's not you. It's going to be fake. So be who you are, be authentic to yourself, and then know your interests, and then try to find people in that lane, because you will build your community with people who are like you. Honestly, you will.
Going deeping into like the whole like mental aspect of it, obviously this situation for her led her to obviously go into a form of psychosis where she was sectioned, because obviously it was like very overwhelming. So a lot of people maybe weren't believing her turn of events, and maybe there were certain bodies like the uni or the student union that weren't really intervening as well. So obviously for her, it's had a like significant impact on her education and the case obviously, and clearly her life, because she was sectioned, so just taking like quite a big chunk out of her life. So in that instance, obviously moving forward now, she's now releasing these videos, going on live. Obviously looking at the comments, I saw that a lot of people were saying, "Oh, just move on, just forget about it." But I think
she was releasing videos from like Mosley or something.
So what she's done is
Because
okay, yeah, she's not there now. No, she's not there now.
I said Maudsley, you're violated.
What she's doing is she's obviously collated evidence where basically like people were piling up on her. So the guy's sister, the ACS president's sister, even like was asking around, "Oh, what's this girl's addy?" As if to say, "I'm gonna beat up this girl." And obviously there was lots of altercations. Bro,
wait, I swear.
Yeah,
we'll tell you later. We'll tell you later.
The ACS president.
Because I don't know nothing about this.
We'll tell you later.
I don't know nothing either, bro.
I know the girl.
I thought she was releasing videos,
but I don't know about the whole.
So obviously that happened, and there was a big pile-on. Obviously, other like social creators online, obviously taking this guy's side. So there was a clear like pile-on, a dog pile on her. So in this instance, obviously, it's affected her mentally. She's now coming out online to obviously like express herself, express what's happening, because she don't feel like listened to. A lot of people are telling her to just move on. Do you think that the approach that she's taken is the appropriate approach, or do you think she should just leave it?
I don't think she's taken the appropriate approach, because she doesn't seem mentally well. So coming online and speaking isn't the appropriate approach. But when you're not mentally well, you're gonna do what you think is right, bro.
Literally.
So it's hard.
I feel like it's each their own, innit? Because at the end of the day, we don't know how she's taking this. Like it may look like to us like she's affecting her in terms of like how she's moving. Like you can see, like obviously it's affecting her, like what she's saying and stuff. But to her herself, she might be thinking, this is just my life now, innit?
Story,
we don't know prior to her being on TikTok Live what she's done in the past, and she may have done madder things than this, and like she may have gone through crazy scenarios. So it's like obviously because this is public, that's the only reason why we can speak on it. So it's like at the end of the day, of course the public, they're always gonna talk regardless whatever you do. So it's like for her, she just needs like her family around her, bro. She like going on TikTok Live, what's that gonna do for you? Like people just gonna laugh at you. Like you're not gonna monetize this nonsense because they're gonna take it down anyway, bro.
Do you know what it is? I don't agree or disagree with it. I don't think it's a bad thing, because in this scenario, it's either you stay silent or you be silenced. So for me, it's kind of like where people were piling on her continuously with no lack of evidence. She's obviously collated the evidence and providing obviously times of when this happened, because people obviously taking the other guy's side and being like, no, this didn't happen, this and that. So she's obviously just providing the proof, which I don't have an issue with, because a lot of people, again, brought her to this state. So why would it now be an issue for her to collect the evidence and kind of like relieve herself from that, from the accusations that she's chatting shit? Like, so to me, I don't have an issue with it. I personally think like, there's no issue. There should be no issue. Of course, people are always going to laugh when you come out and stuff like that. That's unfortunately how society is. But her doing this and obviously proving her innocence, I don't think it's a bad thing, because I think it just sheds light on how some people are not who they actually are. So their personality types, or what they appear online, it's not actual how they like are.
Yeah. Is it like you're saying people, maybe they come across online as nice people, but really deep down
they're bastards.
They're not nice people.
Yeah, but I feel like that's a front for most people. Like, not to say they're trying to like create a fake image, but I'll say 9 times out of 10, if you're coming online and stuff, you're gonna paint yourself in the best way possible. So you're not gonna always show your true colours in terms of like maybe like in terms of influences, for example. Like, for example, I don't know with the ACS stuff, 'cause I didn't go uni in it. I don't know sometimes it can look like it's a cult, you know? Because when you think about
it
how
is,
do these
bro.
men appoint each other? Like, how does someone become an
I
ACS
think
president?
people
Is it
vote,
votes?
you know? Yeah,
Is it-
vote.
okay, it's a public vote, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright,
So it's
cool,
about-
fair
it's
enough,
about
fair enough.
popularity.
So it's about,
I never
it's about
voted.
fame, innit?
Yeah.
It's a public vote, but I never voted, so I don't know how public it is.
It was,
We're not serious,
it was,
bro.
it was lockdown.
You have to be part of the student union, innit?
Yeah,
So when
I
you're part of the
wasn't
student
part
It's a
union, you
cult
vote.
still.
So is it like a forum kind of thing? Or just
So
like,
basically, people join ACS. You pay a membership fee, and then
You
when
pay?
yeah, I think you pay an
It's a
entry
cult,
fee.
pay
bro.
I think
for
you have to
community,
pay.
bro?
Yeah.
within uni?
What the hell,
a lot
man?
of these things, you have a lot of these like
Wow,
communities you have to pay for.
No,
So
why?
people and that's just
a
how
cult,
it is.
G.
Or
You
is
have-
it for like funding for like certain events?
Yeah,
Cool, fair enough.
So obviously
fair
pay,
enough,
and
fair
then
enough.
obviously you get voted in and stuff like that.
Fair enough.
And I think obviously with this situation in particular, obviously she was talking about her mental health and talking about how like what she's going through even prior before she obviously provided the proof. So now the person that's obviously he's alleged that's done this
Yeah.
has continuously been goading her online and
Well, like,
obviously
okay.
like making like sarcastic apologies, basically just taking the piss. Because obviously lots of people in his comments will be like, oh, talk about the situation, address the situation. He'll make a video making it seem like he's going to address the situation, but he's not addressing the situation. He's just taking the piss and joking. So for that, obviously for people that aren't strong-willed, that can become very like it's antagonizing. Like this, it's you're poking the bear, and obviously there's only so much that people can withstand, like in that before they snap. So I don't even blame her. Obviously, this is what they've caused that to come to. So it's like I feel like more responsibility needs to be taken from the person to come with a sincere apology and sincere acknowledgement of how they would have acted. Because let's be real. In life, a lot of these times of these things, it is a popularity contest, and he won because loads of people were backing him without the evidence. Now she's been sectioned. Her life, 1 year of her
Again?
life. No, she got sectioned first. But obviously, she was sectioned, and then obviously 1 year of her life is gone.
For a year.
No.
1 year
she
of her
was-
life from uni.
Yeah.
Is
Oh.
gone.
Oh, swear.
Yeah, bro. She had to drop out. She had to drop out of uni.
Oh, she dropped out.
yeah, she had to drop out of
Yeah,
uni.
so she should get instituted now, didn't it?
Yeah, literally. So she had to.
Damn.
She had to. She,
No, man, this guy's sitting like,
what?
that's
No,
the
that's why you have to
institution.
drop out.
People like she's in jail, bro.
What? So she had
You're
to.
violent.
She had to drop out.
It's worse than Joe.
She had to.
Nah, stay chill, man.
She had to drop.
Stay
She had,
chill, chill.
she had to
Cut
drop.
that.
She had to drop out.
Yeah.
She had to drop out for 1 year,
Yeah.
and obviously now she would have to repeat. So even then, that mental effect. She's 1 year now behind her peers that she would have started on the same path with.
But
So
I be real, man. I don't think that matters in terms of like being behind, because bro, Bear Man take like for example,
Yeah, I did
SB
it, yeah.
took a year again.
but
for uni.
it affects
They don't-
people. It affects people differently.
Especially
Yeah, but I don't
first
think
year.
that's,
First year's
I
not
don't
that
think
deep, though.
I get what you're saying, but I don't think it will affect like for example missing a year of your brethren. Like it's not really gonna affect you mentally.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Some
I
people
think
missed that year in
it's-
college.
I think it's a give and take. I mean, for us, me, for SB, he's not going to see it that way. But for some people that are proper fixated saying, we started together, we have to end together, that's now going to now create a thing in their mind where they're going to feel like,
They're chilling with youngers.
yeah,
No, but
But,
well,
look
this,
at
is,
this,
this,
though.
is,
You
this
didn't-
is dead.
But you didn't go uni for your brethren though. You
A
went
lot of
uni-
people did.
Yeah, then those people they're fools, bro.
Bro,
How can you go to uni for your
Bro,
brethren?
do you know-
Obviously,
do
you
you
want
know-
to choose the right uni.
A lot of people, a lot of people go. A lot of
I wouldn't
people
call them fools.
A lot of people.
No,
go,
but I wouldn't go to uni for my boys, bro.
A lot of people.
Like,
go,
that's weird.
You see,
Like,
you,
make
see,
life
you see
decisions,
what
bro.
happens when people
Yeah,
go
but
uni.
it's not. I didn't want to go here, but if I'm gonna go
My
here, I'll go
boys,
with my friends.
Yeah.
Well, that's a different.
Especially,
Yeah.
especially our
Fair enough,
African
fair enough.
parents.
Yeah.
Are.
Yeah.
What I think,
I'll take back the full statement.
what I think it is that ACS president and all of you people just be easy on the girl. The girl's going for it mentally, and as you get older, maybe you'll realize how dangerous someone that is mentally ill or whatever they're going through it can be. Now, God forbid anything bad happens to this girl. If anything bad happens to this girl, you may not admit it, but it will rest on your conscience. It will make you feel a way if anything happens to this girl and there's blood on your hands. So just be easy with the girl. And with the girl, I feel like she should go to a new university and start afresh in a new city.
Yeah.
If I was the girl's family member, just start afresh. And as I said, find your community of people, because I think there's a lot of trauma now linked to Leicester and to that ACS committee. And you need a fresh start, especially if you're trying to rebuild your mentals.
Don't make that situation your life story, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone goes through it. I've gone through enough things that if I sit down and say what I've gone through, it's like that could have defeated me in that period. But I was able to bounce back, and I used that as a lesson, and it made me resilient. And now when situation comes, it's like, okay, I'm battling this now, but I got through this situation with so-and-so. I got through this case, and it's like, I'm here now. So you're going to go through things in your life. These situations like this will come, but you can't let it defeat you because you don't want to look back. Every year, yeah, I have like mad dreams about that car crash I had when I was like 20 years old. And I'm like so grateful that I was able to walk out of the car. But it's like, I think even now I'm young, but what if I didn't survive that car crash and I was 20 years old?
God forbid.
How would my brothers be? How would my mum be? How would life be with
How
me?
would I be?
How would you be?
Word.
be sad.
Unconsolable, bro.
Bro, would this podcast be here if that happened?
Word.
So
It wouldn't.
So it's like,
I'd only rally the troops.
Wow.
and it's like,
If I say, well, bro, you weren't on it, bro.
Mike did the convincing for you.
The
But obviously,
media-
I just had the idea.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I have so much plans for future and for life. And unfortunately, this year we've lost a few people in the community. And rest in peace, may their souls rest in perfect peace.
Rest in peace, man.
But it's just like, why are we dying at 20, 25? And it's like, we're so young. So this girl that's like 18, 19, you are so young. Don't let this
Got a whole
define
career
you.
ahead of her.
Exactly.
I just want to reiterate. I just don't want people to kind of like tell her to let it go, because with obviously dealing with this situation, telling someone to just let it go and move on, I feel like it's too easy to say. Like, to me, it's too easy to say. You need to allow yourself to go through the emotions and feel the emotions. If you just let it go, 9 times out of 10, you're going to now drag that trauma along with you for the next 10 years, and then you're just going to have an outburst, and it's just going to ruin you. You need to let the emotions express yourself. If you need to shout, if you need to scream on TikTok Live, do that. I'd rather somebody do that. I'd rather somebody do that than 10 years down the line, they're now getting sectioned again or now going crazy because of the trauma that they dealt with from the past 10 years.
Write a diary, bro.
I said, right, bro, but like I said, people deal with things differently.
pull out
But
this
you
though.
can't like dictate.
Okay, so
how
now
someone
she wants to
should
go and build a career in future. They're gonna now bring up her clips of her TikTok
true, bro.
live.
That,
So
I
you've
can't
ruined-
lie. At
that's-
the end of
that
the
don't
day,
make no
as much
sense.
as you want to obviously big her up and like make sure that she's good, she's putting herself on that platform where
Yeah,
people
bro.
can violate. And it's like you're going through traumatizing scenarios in that video and all them lives. So how is that? How is that a positive aspect to look
Yeah,
at?
bro.
You can't really. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Not to say,
If I was
yeah.
a family member, I would tell her
Right
to
there.
come offline.
Yeah,
Like,
bro,
bro,
write a
don't,
diary,
I don't
bro.
think she has like a supportive
Yeah,
family around her to say.
exactly.
Because bro, I would have locked off that live.
Bro,
ASAP.
what the hell? Take off her
Straight.
phone.
If I'll
there
ban you from
to-
social.
Are you not,
She's
man?
talking there for
You really got
hours.
section.
You know my big brother, and he's
Yeah,
on.
bro.
So when I see something on social media, I'm like, delete this right
Word,
And the
bro.
thing is that, bro, people are gonna share this, and it's like once on internet, that's it. Digital
Yes, you're
footprint,
done,
you're
bro.
nicked. Like you can't erase that from people's
now.
minds.
said
And
you'd
the
rather
thing is,
that.
even
Yeah,
though you
man.
want people to be sympathetic, people are not sympathetic. People be
This
laughing
world
at
is
this
evil,
girl.
bro.
Word,
Trust
bro.
me, bro.
They'll be laughing.
They were
at
laughing
this.
at Raw. You got section. That's
Yeah.
not.
And
And
it's
even
not
if
a
she
joke,
builds her
bro.
career and she gains that to be someone good now, people will still violate. Do you know what I'm trying to
So
say?
Yeah.
what would you like say would be like a healthier way of expression?
Write a diary, bro. Put it down in your diary and keep it to yourself.
Therapy.
You can actually write things down, and it's like you're getting rid of it, bro.
I don't think keeping it to yourself.
Or go
would be the best,
boxing
though.
club. Go
So
punch a
what,
bag.
what would you suggest then?
I'll say talk to somebody or talk to a group of friends. Or talk
Therapy.
to, yeah.
Yeah,
Therapy.
therapy for sure.
Because you definitely need to talk about it, and this is trauma. And if she bottles it up for too long, it's not gonna come out in the right way. Now, in certain situations, now even with making friends in the future, she might not be able to trust
Navigate.
anyone, or if one little situation happens, she may feel like, yeah, I'm cutting you off
It could
because
be
you,
like PTSD or something
yeah,
like
she
that.
never wants to feel that way again. So she needs to speak to someone, maybe therapy.
Go to
Therapy will
church as
help.
well.
Church can help, but she needs like support systems that are not online, because
Don't
you
like- don't
putting your
like
phone and just rambling on TikTok, bro.
No one knows the situation. They're just gonna come and say, "Look at this."
Like all I've seen so far, I didn't even know it was like that. All I saw was just her moving mad on live, bro.
I ain't seen nothing.
Doing backflips on her bed. Bro.
And-
Yeah, I done a deep dive.
yeah,
And
bro.
the
Wait,
thing,
what?
Yeah, bro.
the thing is about the internet.
wonder
yeah,
she got- yeah.
no
Hey,
matter,
chill.
no matter what happens, like in 5 years, people will always know like this girl was crashing out 5 years ago. Do you remember that girl that went on stage with Omole?
Oh, the Jessie
Jessiani girl.
Sassani.
Yeah,
Bro.
She tried to come back to TikTok
and I
like
saw,
2 years
people
later.
violate.
And
Got her
everyone
down.
was
They
like,
got her down, bro.
Where do you think you could just come back like nothing happened?
She violated my man.
She did violate, but
more than
it's
violate.
2 years on.
People
bro,
remember.
You should be able to
The
move
streets
on.
don't forget.
Yeah, they
But
don't forget.
That's what I'm
They don't
saying.
forget
People
still.
don't forget. Same as Dominic Calera or something. He was eating pom pom on the stairs like 10 years ago.
Oh yeah,
that
my
guy.
man, and he went
I've never
viral.
seen it,
bro,
I've never
man.
seen it.
Every New
yo.
Year on Twitter,
Yo.
you'll see the picture of him because he was
Every
eating,
New Year, bro,
He was
yeah.
eating pom pom on the stairs, bro. It was over 10 years ago.
Like, how can that?
Why-
How can that be the only thing you're known for?
Bro,
That's mad.
Yeah, so
dog.
that means in 5 years' time they're gonna see videos of her doing backflips on the bed.
Hey, Choji.
You're mad.
What caused you to do backflips on
she
the
did
bed?
backflips on the
No, she didn't.
Oh,
You man didn't see it.
now we need to. What causes you?
I didn't see
ACS
bro.
caused you to do backflips on the bed.
Bro, it's crazy.
It's not making sense.
I think the reason why like this situation kind of like maybe kind of like resonated with me in terms of like mental health and stuff, just because I feel like her reactions obviously are cause of what's happened to her. So I feel like everybody obviously goes through their own like different struggles and different challenges. Obviously, just to use like my own experience, obviously that I've been going through for the past 6 months or so. So obviously like for me, my mental health hasn't been the best like the past 6 months. Like I've gone through like a really hard time that kind of like tested my will and tested kind of like my strength as a person, as an individual. So like around the end of last year, I was homeless. So the situation around that, I won't go too much into it, but yeah, so I was homeless and I like remember the day that it happened, and obviously I've got that trauma constantly replaying in my head. So now that I'm in a position where like I'm better and like I'm in a stable position now, it's like I would have thought, okay, my mental would just recover. But even now, 6 months down the line, like I still feel all over the place. So it's like where that trauma is still carrying on with me, I know the effects of like how long it can take for it to heal. And so obviously in comparison with this girl and what she's going through, she went through this probably like early last year when her academic year started.
So
Obviously-
September.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is still ongoing.
Yeah.
I went through what I'm going through, what I went through in August, and obviously this is for me. It's still affecting me. So it's like mental health is just kind of like I think it should be treated with like the utmost importance, because at the end of the day, we never know what anybody else is going through. So I feel like we should take more care and more patience. Like as much as obviously people are violating her on live and stuff like that, I feel like people should just have more of an understanding and more context. Obviously from a video or TikTok live, you're not going to have like a lack of understanding or context. And I feel like people maybe just need to rally around her. Like even if like it's a random, could just message her and be like, I hope you're good. Because that does the world as good. Because from what it seems like, she doesn't really have the community around her to check in on her and kind of like make sure she's good. Because I'll be real, in my situation I was going through, if I didn't have like you man around me, obviously people that I care about around me, things could have got very dark for me in my situation. And obviously God forbid anything ever happens to me. But it's like, how do we make sure that we're kind of like supporting people that are going through those struggles? Like how do we like be like able to talk about it more? Because I feel in this generation, unfortunately, unless you cry, people don't think you're hurting. And obviously, you man know I don't cry. Like I never showed I cried, but I was hurting.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm still hurting. So it's like, how do we move past that stigma and that bias of like somebody has to cry and show that they're sad in order for people to check in on them?
I think as friends, obviously we knew your situation, so we knew just, make sure we're in constant communication with mates and make sure that, we help you get through the situation. I've offered my advice. We can pray, bro, come to church, because I know when I'm going through my things, the only place I feel like I want to be is church. I recommend therapy to people a lot, just because personally I went into therapy to help me through certain situations. But it's also on you as a person as well, to be open with how you feel. There are times, I won't lie to you, even in the last couple months, even this year, the man don't know what's been going on, but it's been tough. And it's like I'm battling all of these thoughts in my mind, which are terrible thoughts, and I'm going through a hard time, but I'm not openly saying that I'm going through a hard time. You will see me and think that I'm calm. People, and that's what the people that, like, there's a statistic, not a statistic, but a lot of people that have lost friends to suicide, they will say they never knew that their friend was going through anything because they were smiling and they was always happy and joyful. You don't know when someone's going through something because we battle demons in our head. So being open about how we're feeling. I just called my little brothers the other day and I was just like, yeah, boy, it's like, you man are not around, but I just need to get this off my chest. And even getting off my chest. And then them, my little brothers, 18, 19, telling me, oh, you'll be all right, man. More things are going to, hey, that's mad. You'll be all right. Like, it's a life experience. And it's my little brothers giving me that advice. It's just like, that's a weight off my shoulder because I've said it out loud. But as men, especially, and obviously, to be fair, this girl was saying everything online. But as men, we bottle things up. You don't want to show signs of weakness.
I think especially in my situation, I felt very embarrassed. Like I felt like, okay, how can this happen to me? Like, how can everything obviously that I've set for the future now just be crumbling? And it's like I was scared. So it's like, even it took a lot of courage for me to even tell you, man, because I'm thinking, raw, these men are just gonna think of me a certain way. They're gonna think of me as a bum. And obviously it's a situation where, like I said, I was embarrassed. So it's like, how did I move forward with that? But I just found the courage to tell you, man, and be like, yeah, this is what's going. And genuinely, I'll be so real. One of the only things that got me through the situation is literally like the weekly calls we'll do about the pod, bro.
That's why you don't want to let
bro.
them go. Okay, we'll bring them back, man.
We'll do weekly calls about the pod,
and we're never talking about the pod.
We'll never talk
about the most random.
We'll never talk about the pod. But it's like my mind isn't just fixated on my situation. It's fixated on like just like community and like my boys actually just like joking around, just being jovial. Like there's no like it's an escapism for me. I'm not just escaping my situation, because bro, like I'm seeing, like, imagine, yeah, even the last couple of weeks, last month, I've seen people talk about, oh yeah, people saying they have mice in their yard, bro.
Man.
The fucking temporary accommodation I was in, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, it was dark. G. To the point where when we were sleeping one night, there was a mouse running around in the like kitchen that we were. Yeah. My dad had to wake up and just kill it, bro. It ran into like a Sainsbury, bro. He just slammed it on the floor, bro. And it's like stuff like that is like that again, like that is just like, it's just like, to me it's just like, I just felt so like shit, because it's like, bro, why am I in this situation?
Like shit, I've been feeling like shit. Because bro, we see the council houses back in the ends. Mice, they are friends, broski. Yeah. Those are my first pets. My first pets, G.
You know what's mad about that whole mice thing? Yeah, it's like, why didn't that go viral 3 or 4 years ago? I obviously the man never been to my house, but I don't bring people to my old house, because it's like, bro, I know we can be watching football and mice can run past the TV. And it's like, man's embarrassed to bring the man into my house because we have mice. And now everyone on TikTok is talking about everyone had mice. Word. It's like, bro, what? We all went through this.
We all went what's his name? Kais and that. Yeah. He blew off because, there was a mouse behind his screen, and everyone was getting onto him, and that's how he got viral as well, you know, before streaming. And
then it's just like,
part of life, bro.
Everyone, it's like everyone has had the same issues, but because we all, before that went viral, no one's openly saying they got mice in their house. But then that's now a TikTok viral thing. Everyone wants to admit that they have mice in their house now. If someone asked me 2 years ago, do I have mice in my house? I'm like, no. Are you mad about mice in my house? Who do you take me for? But now we're seeing most people have had mice in their house. So it's like
shared experience.
Shared experience. So people being open about that, it's like, even that's a weight off my shoulders. I don't even live in that house anymore. So it's the same with mentals as well. If you're going through anything, tell you have everyone has close friends. Just be like, man's just going through it. And it's like, honestly, it's a weight off your shoulders.
I think there's like a stigma, like you said, like I think it's a stigma for guys to talk and say that they're not okay. So it's like, it's very hard to kind of like, as much as we're saying, guys, talk, what would you say as individuals, or maybe if we're close with people? Because I'll be real, I maybe it's just me, but I notice changes in behavior. So if there was like, you start, I would change your behavior, or Banji would notice change your behavior, or Izzy would know, like, change. Me personally, I would notice. Yeah. So I'm always one to just.
I think with you, like, you're more observant in terms of the emotional side of things, which obviously I've noticed as well. Like, you would know certain things that maybe you wouldn't expect. Like, for example, if maybe I'm not speaking or saying certain things, you'll be like, yo, like, everything good, but I don't get that. So it's like, that can be appreciated at times, innit? And it's like, sometimes you do think about certain things that you do. It's like, you know, I can incorporate this in my life as well to the other people around me. So you don't know what you do influence other people, but I may not say that. So it's like, it's good at the same time to be conscious about, you know, your surroundings and how you say certain things, because we're all young, but we're developing, innit? So as we mature, and these are the things we try to do to, you know, help each other. So
do you think that's something that we can teach? Or is it just like, you just have to learn it? You just have to go through it?
I don't think you can teach it, but it's more like, the more you do it, like, the more you be yourself, it affects other people around you. It rubs off, so 100%. Because I feel like when it comes to teaching someone, that's like, you can't really force like someone to be something they're not, but at the same time, you can advise, you can say, oh yeah, this is what they want to do. But at the end of the day, you have to go through it to actually become that person, innit? You have to go through trials and tribulations to become the better person, you know what I mean? So,
and the thing is, with life, God willing, we're all going to live till 80, 90 years old. There's no way you're not going to go through it mentally at one point in your life. So don't feel like it's a weakness. As men, it's like, we have to be strong. You have to show a strong face for your family, for everyone around you. But bro, we are also human. So things affect us. If you're out of work for a long period of time and you feel like you can't provide for your family, that's going to affect you. If you're battling things mentally, it's going to affect you. Now, bottling it up and not speaking it out loud, it just makes it get worse and worse and worse. For me personally, I know me personally, and I think how I dealt with it before was going to bud. And I'll just bun weed, bro. And it's like, that's not helping me at all. In fact, that's making it worse, because I think smoking this is taking my mind off everything. But no, because as soon as I'm sober again, I'm going back to find my next pack. And I'm bunning again, and it's not helping me.
Vicious cycle.
Dangerous cycle. But speaking about it, therapy, which I was in last year, therapy helped me a lot with certain issues that I was dealing with. And just being open about certain situations, it gets things off your chest, and then you get a perspective from someone else, because that person is not in your shoes. But so when you're telling me about your situation, I can give you a different perspective. Yes, you're going through this now, but this is a period in your life that is going to be tough, but you're going to be able to come out of it on the other side. And when you come out of it on the other side, you're going to be a stronger person, because you can say that I've gone through this and I'm still standing. I've gone through this and I've still made it to where I want to get to in my life. So this was just a trial and tribulation that I was able to overcome. That's how I see it. So if you're going through anything difficult and you are able to speak it and say it to your friend gives you a different perspective that takes the weight off your shoulders. Because if you just let your thoughts get the best of you, you're not hearing anyone else. And that's what the devil wants. The devil just wants to kill you mentally. After he's killed you mentally,
just break you down.
Collapse.
It's done, bro.
Yeah, real store.
No, literally. I think obviously all of us being like African, obviously but
Nigerian.
All of us being Nigerian, but broadening it to being like African and obviously Caribbean. I think there's like a strong like awareness that our parents and the generation before us, mental health isn't something that is necessarily like a thing. So it's deemed as like, just pray.
I get what you mean.
Or just like
it's overlooked at times.
Or it's like, just keep going.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, I feel like, obviously, looking from when, like, my mum was obviously alive and obviously my dad in general, like, I look at them and obviously I know they just didn't talk about their situations. I know, obviously, they just obviously powered through and obviously just walked through it and just was like, kept going, which I admire, but I also think is also a bit, it's not the best thing to do. Like, so it's like you're ignoring the pain and just carrying on. That pain is just going to soak in and then you're just going to deal with the consequences later. Like, how do you think we can educate our parents and maybe older generations around us for a better understanding of what mental health and how the effects it can have on us and us as like a generation and stuff?
I think the first thing I'll say is, when it comes to the older generation, one thing about them, if my mum and dad did, they'll say, they're stubborn. Let's be real.
And they're stuck in their ways.
They're not going to listen
They're not
to
changing
certain scenarios that we
They're
try
not
to bring
changing,
forth to them. And it's like, cool, that's one aspect. And I think the second aspect is they didn't grow up the same way we grew up in it. So in terms of like how they lived and like maybe certain things that they were taught as well. Because I can talk about, for example, like my pops and whatnot. The way he was treated back home was completely different to how I was treated. So it's like, I would think, how the hell did he survive in that madness that was going on? And then when I look at myself, I'm like, cool. I'm living a luxury in terms of how they live. So it's like, you kind of have to be, it's hard to find a middle ground, but at the same time, like you said, it's good to be expressive to show them like, okay, there's this thing that you're telling me to do. Is there another way we can do it? But you have to be respectful at the same time, because you know, if you say something that they don't like, they're just gonna try to shut up, bro. Like, do you get? So I get what you're saying, but it's more or less like you can't change your parents, but at the same time you can make them aware that like, okay, you're my parent, but there's certain things that I'm gonna respect you, but I can't do.
I don't think you can change, but I think you can maybe shape.
Call them out, man. Because the other day, my mum, she was stressing about something. She's trying to get onto me. And I told her, Mum, you're just insulting me for no reason, you know. And she's like this, how am I insulting you? I'm just telling you. And my little sister was there. She's like, yeah, Mum, like, why are you just insulting him? And then when she heard my little sister say it, she was like, oh, okay.
She realized,
yeah, because it's like, you're just trying to like draw me out. You're telling me some, like, you know how they do the comparison nonsense?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I'm just like, bro, I'm not them, bro. I don't want to be them. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Saying, someone when they were 26 was married. I said, so?
Hey, bro, that's the worst thing. Bro.
Look at
your mids.
Look at your mids. I was thinking, so wait, that person now, do you think they're happy married? Like, the person you, the person name that he brought up, I was thinking, hold on. What I heard. You cannot.
not
Like,
the
you-
reality.
they don't know
It's
what's
not the-
going on.
it's not the
bro.
reality.
So I was like, I'm so confused here. And I was just like, bro, why you get like, I don't understand. Like, I know people in my position, they ain't doing what I'm doing, but you're trying to get onto me. I don't get that. I was like, stop, like, you're just insulting me. That's what I said. I didn't say stop. I said, you're just actually insulting me for no reason. Like, I'm just chilling. You're just trying to insult
And when
me.
your sister said,
Yeah, she said,
what did your mum say? Did she come back?
She
and
was like
be
this. Oh, well, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was insulting you. I was just saying, I was like, it's calm, bro.
Strength and numbers.
But see, that's what
Yeah.
that's what Izzy said. You see our parents, they are 50, 60.
Yeah.
They're stuck in their ways. But also, it was how they were raised. So I had a difficult relationship with my pops for a lot of my youth growing up. But now we have a good relationship because I can see that he is like that because of the way he was raised. So now we're the new adults. In 10 years, we'll all have wife and kids, God willing.
Amen. Randy's first though.
Yeah, Banji's first. We'll be, Shaka at your wedding.
Hopefully.
But in 10 years, God willing, we're all married with kids. It's about how do we raise them in a way that can show them, okay, you should be the best you can be. You should be able to achieve the life you want to achieve. And we're not going to raise you the same way we was raised. The way we was raised, even though there was things that were difficult and we struggled, is purely because of how they were raised in Africa. The stuff that I heard about my dad and how he was raised in Africa. And again, they don't believe in mental health and they don't believe in people suffering from depression and things like this.
True,
But the way they were raised, there's no way you weren't going through it mentally because it's not even what I've gone through. What you went through, Pops, is not even what I went through. So even till now, probably our parents probably did need therapy, but they don't believe in it because you just have to keep going.
Yeah.
But that's just the way they was raised. And there's good ways in the way they were raised and the things that they've installed into us so that we can be successful. But it's like now, how do we piggy bank on the good things, remove the bad things, that comparison, unnecessary beatings, insults, those things, we know that how it's made us feel. We're going to remove them and we're going to be more loving and caring to our children to make sure that they know that they are the best at what they can do and empower them to be the best at what they do. And don't compare them. Because my dad used to compare me to one of my cousins. And when I found out what this guy was on, I said, I can't believe
And
it.
you don't know nothing. You don't know, bro.
I can't believe it, but that's what the parents like to do because of comparison. But why do they do that? Because grandma and granddad, they probably compared my dad to other people as well. So it's how you're raised, but how can we change things? Because we're first gen. I think we're all first gen. None of our parents were born here. So we're first gen. So when our kids are now born and raised here, we've had the experiences. We've lived here. We've had the grace. So we don't. Well, my parents came here when they was late 20s and they had to start here from nothing. I don't have to do that. I'm 25 with a foundation. With a British passport. You get me? So it's not the same sacrifice that our parents had to do coming here. So it's just how can we do better for our generation, for our kids in the future, and then our kids will do better than what we did, and that's how Nigerians and Africans can start to build proper wealth. Because look at the Asians and what they're doing in this country, bro. We should be able to do that. We have the brilliance, we have the power, and we should be like them in the next 50 to even better than them.
Yeah, man.
Do you think? So when you were growing up, let's just say obviously you were in the living room, and then obviously you and your brothers, your siblings in the living room. Your parents come back. Would you say your parents would ever chill with you in the living room and watch TV, or would it be a case where they'll be like, "No, I'm taking the TV. Go to your room."
Yes, that's what my dad was on. My dad was like, you know what?
My mum did that, but she was tired from work. Like, what can I say? You do 12-hour shifts.
My mum used to come in and join us. Like there was, I remember after school, primary school days, I used to come home. My mum would have, and my grandma used to, when she used to stay down as well. We just watched some like movies, something called True Movies, something like that. We just watched that, but we'd just be watching movies. Like my mum would actually bring everyone just watch movies. But when my dad gets home, everyone scatters, bro. Like my dad's all trying to put on the news. I remember I was at my uncle's house, I think for like a weekend. My uncle has a PlayStation, and I play with him like Tekken. My uncle, my uncle's gone to like the kitchen, is doing something. My dad's there. He takes the TV remote, puts on Sky News, and falls asleep 2 minutes later. And everyone's confused as to why you think you can control this house. It's not your heart, bro. I think I waited 20 minutes because he was snoring. And I said, all right, I changed the channel. He wakes up, said, nah, I was watching that.
Bro, I feel like they got some chip in their brain that knows exactly when you touch that remote, G.
Bro, like
game over.
So you're going to say you're watching that just to stir up everyone's peace, bro. Honestly, what my dad was on, bro, was a man game.
Do you know what it is? I think obviously, I had that same experience as well. Obviously, I think my dad was more like lenient in terms of things, but I feel like there's a difference in terms of being present and presence.
Yeah.
So it's like, as much as you can be there to provide and you can be there to like, obviously, make sure your children are close, take them places, there's a point of having presence in your child's life in terms of what they're going through and how they're growing up. Because again, obviously, that relationship can be skewed in terms of, obviously, like, for example, would experience someone on the street, but we don't feel comfortable to go to our dad because it's like, I know dad's going to just take the piss or he's not going to understand, he's just going to get angry at me or beat me. So it's like, as obviously, when we grow up and have our own kids, do you guys think that the relationship that you're going to have with your kids is going to be better in terms of relating to them more and having a presence in their life?
I think it'll be better purely because we've grown up in this London. We know what London is like. But I'm sure all of our parents thought they would have great relationships with us before we was here. So it's also like huh?
I don't think they did. Some of them they didn't act like it. Like
they don't. They don't. So for example, like I've realized my dad finds it hard to give advice or communicate feelings. It's just because of how grandma and granddad raised him. And I now knowing what I know, it's not his fault that he can't do that. But now with my little boy, when he's here, he's not here yet, but when he's here,
so you
know he's gonna be a boy. Yeah?
So you confirmed the gender.
SB, you know?
No. Whenever I have my kids, and I'm not in a rush to have kids because when the time is right. But when I have my kids, I feel like I'll be able to relate with them more emotionally, where my dad couldn't. And when my mum tried to, but she was also working so late with night shifts and trying to put food on the table. So I think they